In the fall, it was always tradition for the seniors to steal as many pumpkins as possible from around town, and write their class number in pumpkins on the front lawn of the school. Our grade stole so many pumpkins that local farms and families contacted police, and our school had to officially end the tradition in 2008. In elementary school, when silly bands, those shaped rubber bands you could wear as bracelets, were popular, some kids wore so many up their arms that they had such poor blood circulation in their hands to the point where it was concerning. So the principal banned silly bands, sad face. Rule made, teachers to always allow kids to visit the toilet during class. Reason the rule was made, math teacher misunderstands the meaning of urgent. A kid shits his pants mid-lecture. Over the PA system, our high school principal read the following thought of the day during homeroom. A man is not a man until he kisses the lips that do not speak. After that, they had to be submitted to the secretary and approved. Up until then, you could just submit them by putting them in his in-basket. Girls decided that Friday would be a day to wear weird socks. They all came with colorful socks. The school forbid non-white socks the same day. People started using Google Hangouts on their laptops. Students chatted with each other and made video calls in classrooms until like 2 days later, when the principal announced that using Google Hangouts was banned. I personally don't know why the tech department allowed Google Apps to be on the laptops. Someone once lit a fire in a bathroom stall. The school shut all the bathrooms permanently unless you asked a teacher for permission. The boys complained, but the girls revolted once they realized how their periods would end up. People started a big fight, where they started throwing bottles at each other, so my school banned bottles that contain more than 1 liter of water. Doesn't really stop anyone though. They told us the next student caught climbing on the roof would be expelled. So we cut that out. In middle school, a couple of jerks kept making fun of a girl because a tampon fell out of her backpack. Solution: we were banned from bringing feminine hygiene products to school. You had to go see a teacher to get one. The rule was gone in under a week. Someone snuck into the bathroom room during class, unscrewed the screws holding one of the toilets in place, and stole it. It reappeared around a week later in the sports field, so they had to pass a rule not to steal toilets. I live in the Alps and it used to snow a lot during winter times. Our school uses gravel, the one with the sharp edges, as road salt. Because of the snow, most of the younger students went out in the breaks to make big snowball fights. But one day somebody didn't pay attention to his snowball, and he threw it with a bunch of stones in it at another player. The boy who got hit in the face, and lost one eye because of a stone in the snowball. Now we are not allowed to let snowball fights happen anymore, sad face. The phantom shitter. Every day, for some odd reason, someone in my school smeared shit on the floor, or on the wall in the basement bathroom. They then made you have to scan an ID card to get into and out of the bathrooms. I still wonder to this day why anyone would do this. I think I've talked about this on other threads, but here it goes. In 1st and 2nd grade, my friends and I used to catch spiders and bring them into school to show them off to each other and see who caught the coolest spider. Our teacher put up with it at first because we were good about not opening the containers we kept the spiders in while we were inside, and we stacked all the containers next to the door away from our stuff. That all worked well until I tripped while walking through the door. I landed on the pile of containers, which managed to open a bunch of them. Spiders scurried everywhere, an entire classroom of 2nd graders screamed, and then bringing spiders in became an official rule. Whoops. I got gray sweatpants banned in my private Christian school, because I was being immodest and distracting. Edit: I realize it needs to be clarified, I am male. My class was the one that got all versions of dodgeball banned for everyone. We invented a new version of dodgeball that was a free-for-all in a field. There wasn't even really a way to lose or win. There was one ball and like 30 to 40 kids. Whoever had the ball just pelted the closest person to them as hard as they could. And everyone who didn't have the ball ran in and tried to take it. Inevitably people got hurt, but no one ever reported it, because it was fun. Then one day the embodiment of Randall Weems got a bloody nose, and the kid ratted out the whole recess group. There was an assembly and dodgeball never happened again. I'm told that it's still banned to this day, some 15 years later. A kid from another school snuck in a class by climbing into the bottom floor window, and then threw a trash can at the substitute in that class. He then tried to escape through the same window, but his pants got caught on the handle, and he had to take them off. He was caught by security pretty quickly since he was the only guy walking down the street in his underwear. Anyway, after that we were never allowed to have the windows open, not even on the second or third floors. Edit. Grammar and shit. Lived in the dorms freshman year, and had a friend bring his drum set over to jam. Next year a rule state no large acoustic instruments. Example. Drums. Dude jumped out the window in maths class. No jumping out of windows to waste class time. One day in 8th grade a guy asked out a girl during lunch. She said yes and his whole friend group started clapping for him. Soon the entire cafeteria joined in clapping, even though 90% of us has no idea what we were clapping for. 3 minutes later the assistant principal comes in and lectures us for 10 minutes about how rude we were, and how much trouble the school would have been in if someone from the district saw that. Clapping has been banned ever since.